Welcome to the Author Spotlight podcast by Morpheus Publishing, an exciting new podcast hosted by Justine Martin, CEO and founder of Morpheus Publishing, a division of Justine Martin Corporation. Justine is an accomplished author, publisher, writing coach, and illustrator. She will guide you through the captivating journey of bringing your words to the world, crafting stories that matter, tales that inspire, and books that make a difference. In each episode, Justine and Morpheus Publishing will spotlight a new author who has published an amazing book in genres such as personal development, self-help, children's picture books, and memoirs. Through the help of Morpheus Publishing, these authors have turned their dreams into reality, and now, you get to hear their stories. Join us on this journey as we explore the world of writing, publishing, and the incredible stories that come to life through the Author Spotlight podcast.
Welcome everyone back to Morpheus Publishing's Author Spotlight, and today I've got the amazing Kerrie Worsfield with me. How are you, Kerrie?
I'm fantastic, Justine. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. So we're a week out from your book launch. How excited are you?
I am extremely excited, but yes, a little bit nervous at the same time, and still busy mind. And I am trying to remind myself to be calm and relax and enjoy it while I'm there. But yeah, a lot of preparation and just making sure that those details are done. That helps with my mindset, I think, to know that everything's prepared.
That's right. So this is not your first book. This is actually the second one that you've been a part of.
That's right. Thanks to you.
So you wrote a chapter about your life in 2023 in the anthology book Whispers of Resilience, Our Stories of Multiple Sclerosis. And what prompted you to continue writing?
I just love the fact that I can put something down on paper and work through my emotions, and have something to look back at. And I'd also started writing short poems probably since 2016, maybe 2017, where I was in my deep depression, and started doing practices such as gratitude and looking around things that are positive. And from that, little short verses came out with my poems. It might have been flowers that I was looking at in the garden, even just describing them and the feelings that they would give you. And it just grew from there,
Yeah. So let's talk about the elephant in the room that we both have, and that is that we are connected by both having multiple sclerosis.
That's right.
You go into sharing your diagnosis and about your life in this book. So the book is called A Little Book with Heart.
Little Book with Heart, yeah.
It's a beautiful title, and I just absolutely love the cover. I think it reflects you 100% there. So for those that are listening, it's a little book, not as big as the book that we produced the year before. It's about 130 pages and full of Kerrie's poems and insight into your life, Kerrie, and photographs as well, because I know I like seeing photographs of, call it the stalker in me, on what people look like at, various ages.
Okay.
And you've got photos in there of family members and friends.
Yeah. I enjoyed looking back at my albums and realised, oh gosh, look what I look like then. And it's great memories. That's why I've always, my dad is a big photographer, loved taking shots of family outings, and so I think it's sort of in me to do that.
Yeah.
Those there.
And so the cover's purple with gold on it, and it has a heart in the middle with some profound words that reflected in your life on there.
Yeah, that's right, straight from the heart.
Yeah. So do you find that writing poetry helps you process difficult moments in your life?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because if I'm sort of saying thoughts in my head, to get it out on paper, I can, reflect back and share that with other people as well. And it can get me through those moments of, a bit of toughness in my life. And, just mainly a lot of my poems are about, enjoying what things that I do enjoy, positivity, and looking at things, with a different sort of lens and perspective. And also just the joy for me, there are some poems where I've given them as gifts. So, for instance, my incident that I've written about in the book, talking about my incident at the cinemas where I had to be carried up the stairs just to enjoy the Gold Coast movie upstairs because the lift was out of order, and customers came to my aid, and I wrote a little short Angels Appear poem, and gave that as a gift to them, and just even a short poem about my support workers, some carers that I've had, my aunties who have been amazing, helping me with my yoga and stretching and eating wise and health wise with that. So it's definitely all to do with that emotional side and and giving back as well.
Yeah, it is.
Have you ever thought about writing your own book? Join the Morpheus Publishing Writing Group program and turn your dream into reality. Contact Morpheus Publishing today and start your journey to becoming a published author.
So how excited are your family and friends about the book launch and reading the book? Because, they do feature in the book as well. Are they aware that they feature in the book?
Yeah, they are extremely excited. I did have sort of said, am I allowed to put a photo of you guys? And, some said yes and some said no. Because I think our family sort of we are very social but private at the same time. But it's extremely exciting. So, I'm the first, because I'm one of 4 daughters, and none of us have written a book before. So, yeah, that's a new part to us. But yeah, they have also been helping, with the typing and editing a little bit along the way as well.
So let's talk about your disability, Kerrie, because for those that are listening, or even sitting and watching the vlog as well on the YouTube channel, wouldn't realise about your disability on what you can't do. And I mean, you do talk about it a little bit in the book, so we can mention it here. You can't move from pretty much the neck down anymore due to the bloody MS.
That's right, yeah. So mainly the shoulders down. So for me, with the MS, the main part affected first was the legs. So it's more physical. And then probably in the last 8 years, progressively with the arms and the hands, which meant I was always having to pivot, or, at the first you think you're missing out on things because that's how it can feel, because you don't know any other way to do things or overcome it.
Yeah.
But of course, over the years, that's not the case. But it takes a bit to get there and realise that and think outside the square. And so I use a lot of voice control devices, or I do have a support worker with me, 24/7, to enable me to keep doing what I need to do, living in my own home, be creative like this and do a bit of chin cup painting or the poetry.
Well, let's talk about chin cup painting, because I know what it is, but I'm sure that the listeners have no idea what that one is.
Yes. All right. So, once one of my support workers said, "Oh, Kerrie, why don't we try some mouth painting?" And at the time I was quite depressed, and, I did say no, but that obviously was, planted in my head that little bit of a
seed,
creative side going, So basically I had an iPad stylus that I would use every now and again, but it was quite heavy. But it was a very long one, so I just stuck the paintbrush with a bit of masking tape around it. And there you go, we've got something to work with, the brush to the canvas, and she would help me put the paint on. I'd obviously put it in my mouth. It did get quite tiring. Obviously, I can't really talk while I'm painting or those sorts of things. So, I started thinking, well, I still want to be able to do this and do the painting, but what are the things that is, not great about it? And I thought, well, I need still sort of to come from that area. So I asked one of my service providers in the disability field, maybe if we something for the brush coming from the chin area. So then they actually developed a 3D chin mould, and got the technicians from there and were able to get the brush, pop whatever brush I wanted onto it. And at the start, the people wear masks for breathing for the they pop it around their head. So we just got I suppose a bit of a mask around so it joins around the head, sits stable on the chin, and I can paint using my head movements with the brush.
And you're very good at it as well. I've seen some of your work. Oh, yes, you are.
Yeah, I suppose for me, I actually do see more of my chin cut painting as a hobby. It does take a lot longer. And I do enjoy it, but it's really my short poetry and writing that I enjoy more. Yeah.
I can see that because it's reflected in your work. I mean, your work is beautiful. It reads beautifully, and something that, you should be very, very proud of.
Well, thank you.
So what inspired you to actually put this book together?
Yeah, well, it's funny because for a couple of years I had once I started building up, I've got 6 poems and 10 poems, and I thought, I might do a calendar. So for a couple of years I did a calendar, and then you become a little bit better with what you do, and more people start asking you about it, and so I started thinking, well, maybe I could put together a little book, just for myself and sisters and my cousins and family. And then obviously I met you, and you got me thinking more, and I talked to you about putting a book together, and I joined the writing group, the Morpheus writing group. And through that there's been so much encouragement, and I think some of my best poems have come because you've encouraged me. And Kerrie, what about that topic? That seems to have a bit of emotion behind it.
And you have been an absolute A1 student, I can say. You've taken all the suggestions on board, and we absolutely love having you in at Morpheus. So what's next?
What's next? Yeah, I definitely want to continue writing short poems. I've been sort of tossing up whether I study in that area, and I think that's the path I'll head down, and then sort of go from there, because I don't want to lock myself into anything. I'm leaving it sort of open for now, but it's more so, definitely the short poems. That will definitely be, my main focus for me, I think.
And aren't you working on a children's book?
Yes, that is still there, and that also may pivot, but because I don't want to put it out there just yet, I'll have to talk to you about that.
And I can see you painting and illustrating it as well, Kerrie.
See, you do encourage. You do, yes.
How good would that be? Kerrie Worsfield illustrated and written. Oh my gosh.
That would be brilliant.
Yeah. We're not on a timeline. It's not as if it has to be done in 3 weeks, but definitely work towards that. I'm sure your writing coach will encourage you.
Yes, I think she will. Yeah.
But it's been an absolute pleasure having you in Morpheus Writing Group. I mean, I know that you've got a lot out of it, but you've also, your contribution coming in and talking and what you've been able to achieve in a relatively short period of time too, Kerrie, has just spurred on all the other authors. And they see your book and know that your book launch is coming up in a week or so, and they're like, well, if Kerrie can do that, I can do that as well.
Are you loving the podcast so far? Imagine the possibilities if you had Justine Martin guiding you through your writing journey. Whether you're crafting your next big book or perfecting a personal project, Justine's expertise can elevate your work. Don't miss out on the chance to work with a seasoned pro, ready to take your writing to the next level. Message us today and let's make your writing dreams come true.
So, what message do you want to send to people living with chronic illnesses or disabilities? And how do you hope that your little book with heart will resonate with them?
Yeah, well, firstly, if you are diagnosed with a chronic illness or going through that sort of thing, like being chronic, obviously, yes, it's probably going to be with you, ongoing, and that's, but it doesn't mean any sort of negativity or sadness needs to come along with that. Yes, you are going to have your moments, but there's going to be much more moments and time where you get to enjoy, the simple pleasures in life, and I hope people get to read and seeing that reflects in what I have written in Little Book with Heart.
I know that your book has affected our whole team.
Oh, that's so
So my auntie did the graphic artwork in it, and she goes, I feel I know Kerrie so well now after reading it all and putting it together.
That's great feedback, because that's exactly what I was hoping for, yeah.
Yeah, she was very well touched, by all of the poems and what you've written in there. Yeah. And she can't wait to get her hands on a copy. She's like, can you get me a copy? I'm like, of course.
That's beautiful. Well, not only knowing me, but also I really like people to be able to reflect on, some of their own things that they can resonate with, within that, or, that person has gone through that too, or that's how they deal with that, or maybe that's something I could do too, or, yeah. Definitely.
That didn't stop them just because they've got that. They've still been able to, achieve and live an amazing life. So, some of the simple pleasures, I know that your niece and nephews give you much delight.
Oh, for sure. So I got to see one of my nieces this morning, and like 7 months old.
Mia? Was that Mia?
Yeah, nearly 6.5 months. As soon as she sees you, she's smiling and giggling. And I got to when I woke up this morning, as soon as I opened my eyes, because she stayed the night last night, I could hear her laughing, talking to herself. Obviously not a care in the world, but, just had that innocence. And, and my other nieces and nephews, I love them to bits. And one of my nieces who sings now, Amber, she will be singing at the launch.
That's right.
Us with her beautiful vocals. So that's exciting too, yeah.
So it's going to be a whole family affair. I can't wait. We're only about 10 days out from it, aren't we?
Yeah. Yes, it's creeping up on us quickly.
It is. And let me just say that your book is due by 8 p.m. tonight at my house. So,
oh my God. I might set my alarm.
As soon as it comes in, I'll be ringing you. Don't you worry. Because I'm equally excited as well. I just love helping people achieve their dreams and their goals, in particular their writing and helping them become a published author.
Yeah, you continually do that, no doubt about it. Yeah.
So any final words to those that are listening, Kerrie?
No, I just want to say thank you for everyone who, is listening to this podcast. And, if you'd love to, hear more about me or, sort of poems that I do, please grab a book. Yeah.
So those books are available on Morpheus Publishing website, which is morpheuspublishing.com.au. And if you look for Kerrie Worsfield on the author's pages and click on Kerrie's profile, you'll be able to purchase the books through there. And obviously Whispers of Resilience is still available for purchase, as well as A Little Book with Heart. So I can't wait to see what you're going to produce next. Volume 2 or something totally different.
Yeah.
Yep. More short stories maybe this time as well going
You'll
forward.
see. Yeah, definitely the poetry, maybe a children's book, but we'll just but I know I probably do a bit of study too.
Yeah. And you developed a technique in writing a poem as well.
I did. That particular poem that I did develop is actually entered in a competition, so I can't speak much about it at the moment. But so it's a bit of a new poetry technique that I came up with. That's called letter hop. So that may feature in another book soon.
I'm sure that technique will feature in a book soon. If your writing coach has anything to do with it, I'm sure that it will, Kerrie. So thank you for your time today. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you and interviewing you.
Thank you.
So remember, if you want to purchase one of Kerrie's Little Books with Heart, then head over to morpheuspublishing.com.au and contact us, even if you would like to write your own book as well, because there's positions open for the Morpheus Circle Inner Writing Group, which Kerrie's been a part of now for about 12 months. I think you've been coming in, and her book launch, which is happening on the 14th of September, is very profound to us as well, because that's the anniversary of when we launched Whispers of Resilience. And we do actually have another author from that book launching her book on the same day in the UK. So Morpheus Publishing is going off at the moment.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, listeners, thanks for tuning in, and we can't wait to share the profound words of what Kerrie's written.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to the Author Spotlight podcast by Morpheus Publishing. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and found inspiration for your own writing journey. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to our podcast for more exciting content and author insights. Stay connected with us on social media at Morpheus Publishing and visit our website at www.morpheuspublishing.com.au to discover how we can help you bring your book dreams to life. Remember, don't wait. Take the first step now and turn your dreams into reality. See you next time.